And we are live. Big welcome. I'm so excited for today live, and I truly trust that it's going to aid you, support you in entering this new year with the right alignment, the right focus. Who is excited for 2026? Comment in the chat. So I have a lot that I brought for you. So I want to invite you to comment in the chat if you have any questions. And then at the end, I'm going to go through the questions and we can get right into it. And officially, big welcome. Now, if you're watching this right now, it is not an accident. Our life as above and so below. The stars aligned for you to be here, and you're so new that you needed to be here because 2026. Whoa, I forgot to set my slides here, guys. Let me just put a slide for you because I made slides. Where are them? Here you go. All right. We got some slides with the wrong title, but that's good. That's all good. Who is here? Let me actually add here. Nope. I was trying to add the comments. Raise the comments. All right. I see Agnes, Gina, Rebecca. Big welcome. Gosh, I need glasses. If I didn't say your name, it's because I can't see it. Anyways, all right. Let me get back here to my slides. Can't do this live without slides since I made them. So 2026. Let's focus on the year that is. I cannot express how powerful this energy of 2026 is, and how important you to be completely strategically right now as we are getting ready to enter this powerful portal that is the year of 2026. And I wanted to do today live in the powerful portal of 1212 because I feel like now is when we really get to, narrow down our energy, our focus in what we are creating for the year ahead. And I apologize, this live is, essa live é em inglês, eu não tenho em português, mas eu acho que talvez o YouTube traduza, não sei como funciona, a gente tem que dar uma olhada nessa tradução. Então, vai ser em inglês. So, bem-vinda. So, the Wheel of Fortune is there is something very powerful to this year ahead, the Wheel of Fortune. 2026, it is not like any other year, as you're going to learn today here. So the thing about it, if you look into this new upcoming year, the Wheel of Fortune is like that, the wheel that keeps is a continuous turning. So the wheel of fortune will continue turning. Does that mean that 2026 is going to be a fortune year for everyone? Absolutely not. But as you are here and as you listen and put into practice what I'm going to share with you today, probably yes, right? The energy that you put is going to come back multiplied for you. So let's start being strategically at what you wanted to create. So the wheel is going to continue turning. However, most people, they are going to be run over by it, not you because you're here. So they won't see it coming. They won't understand the movement. They will wake up in the middle of March of 2026, won't understand the movement. They will wake up in March and wonder why everything feels so chaotic, so urgent, so different. These connections, these frequencies that we are receiving, it is not like a walk on the beach, right? Let's put it that way. But you are here now, before the year begins, before this wheel completes its turn. And that gives you an advantage that most people will not have. And today I'm going to share with you what what I've connected, what I've been learning from the Akasha, from the stars, as above, so below. That's why that is the name of our live today, about 2026. So what happens is the opportunities are coming. However, there are traps that are hidden. And we're going to look at how to prepare energetically and what am I, if you'd like to know, personally doing and what you could do and consider doing too. So this live is not going to be repeated, so I'm very happy that you are here. I may leave it on for a few days, but then it's going to go down because this is time sensitive and is for now, for those that are awake enough to receive it. And there you are, right here. So let me move my slides. So why 2026 is the Wheel of Fortune year? Everyone is familiar with the Wheel of Fortune tarot card, right? The Wheel of Fortune shows us something very, very profound. That wheel, it's always turning. Now, think about it. Sometimes you are at the top, yay. Sometimes you are at the bottom, but the wheel keeps on going. So it applies, here applies, of course, the law of cycles, right? We have cycles happening, we have rhythm. Everything that goes up, go down, but when it's going down, you need to be aware so you don't drown yourself even more. Everything that goes down goes up. Now, how you respond to the energy is going to determine if you're going to stay longer down there or if you're going to go right up, right? So it's all depends of how you be throughout those situations. The wheel is always turning. Sometimes you're at the top, sometimes you're at the bottom, sometimes you're rising, sometimes you're falling. But here's what most people don't understand. The wheel doesn't care about your comfort. It cares about movement. Movement. This is a key word that I want you to have. Write it down. Movement. Stagnation is death. Movement is life. And in 2026, the wheel is turning fast. So, learn to develop the way of being, of going with the flow. The things that I've been repeating like a recorder for the last 20 years for you. The way of being, neutrality, curiosity, all the things that we develop in our healings, in our coaching, everything that we do. Now is the time to hold on to that. The ability to take inspired action, take one step, even when we are afraid. So stagnation is death, movement is life. 2026, the wheel is going to turn fast. And why the wheel metaphor for 2026? Because 2026, it is a year of acceleration, and we're going to go deep into that as to why. Things that have been moving slowly will speed up. Things that have been stuck will suddenly break free. Things that have been hidden will be revealed. As above, so below. What's happening in the cosmos, in the universe, is creating a field on Earth, and that field, it's electric, it's fast, is intense. You heard me say I used the quote phrase what my friend Maru used to say. The universe continue expands as our capacity to receive and beyond. Actually, there are researches that share that how the galaxies are starting to start to separate, take more space in between because it's expanding. And so are we as humanity. How much change happened since 2000 to now, right? In just a few years. Crazy, 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 crazy. So let's talk about this cosmic setup. 2020, the world is stopped, as most of us know, right? Who remembers here, right? Shit hits the fan. So everything paused, everything contracted. We were forced what? Inward. Inhale. Remember the will, the movement, the law of the rhythm. You inspire, you expire. Let's do everybody together. Inspire and expire. 2000, the year of 2020, was an inhale. Now, 6 years after, 2026, we are going to exhale, but not a gentle exhale. This is going to be an explosive exhale. Everything that was compressed, contained, held back between 2020 and 2025, it's releasing in 2026, the good and the bad. So, and if you're not ready, you'll be swept away by the force of it. Guys, this is not a walk in the park, I'm telling you. But if you are ready, you understand the movement, and you really understand the movement, and the way that you're going to respond to the movement, even when the will is turning down, because I'm the first to say I go through life like everybody else. Everybody else. So it's the way that I respond to things that helps me to get back on my feet as fast as I can. But I also allow myself to go through the emotions that need to be go through, right? But if you understand the movement, you're going to ride the wave instead of get drowned into it. That's what is important. There are two rulers of 2026. Every year, there is this cosmic ruler that is going to rule the whole year. And in 2026, we have two. We have Mars, the warrior, and Jupiter, the expander. When I work with the planetary activator of Mars, there is this old way of see Mars as like the warrior and like fight, but there is also this different energy, the one that asks for what you want, the one that knows how to set boundaries, but in a way that is in its sovereignty. And that's how I like to look at Mars. Perhaps I see it a little different. My view of things is a little different, as you may already know, of most people. But and of course here I'm sharing my perspective. So what does that mean? The Mars, the warrior, as many say, and Jupiter, they expand. Mars for 2026 is going to there is this call to action. Mars is courage, initiative, movement, doing. But not just start taking action, like a crazy person. Inspired action. If you're not connected to your intuition, this is like start yesterday, because you need to take smart action, inspired action, instead of start doing everything that that 15-year-old Instagram influencer says that is what you need to do. Be very careful where you get your source of information. So Mars is this courage, this movement, this doing. And in 2026, Mars is telling us no more waiting, no more preparing. Those of you that likes to prepare a lot, and never ready, stop. Time to stop. It's time to act. But inspired action. There's two different ways to do that. It's very different. So take a moment and write it down perhaps. Where in your life you've been saying someday? Where have you been saying, when I'm ready? Where have you been saying, maybe next year? Mars doesn't care about your excuses anymore, and shouldn't you? And so do you, should not. care about you. I don't know if that English came out right, but you know what I mean. So Mars doesn't care about your excuses anymore. Now, as most of you that are working with me in the money guides, you understand the concept of shadow and gift of any archetype. So those of you that already joined my healing sessions, I love to work with different archetypes. So we work with planetary archetypes, we work with money guides, we work with goddesses, name it, we work it. So every archetype, like every human being, has its gifts and its shadows. So the shadow for the energy of Mars is like if you are unconscious throughout the year, Mars is going to bring you impulsiveness, anger, reactivity, scattered action. Be very, very, very careful with scattered action. Very careful. Because you'll be busy but not productive. You'll be moving but getting nowhere. So now let's talk about the good news. So the light of Mars, the gift of Mars. If you are conscious, Mars is going to bring courage to finally act, confidence to decide, being decisive. I cannot stress how important it is for you to embody the way of being, of making a decision. Those of you that participated in the live last week, who remembers the importance of when I was talking about the energy of money and the importance of be very careful when there is people that owe you money or you owe money for people. It's not about getting the money or not getting the money. It's about making a decision of getting the money or not getting the money. Because when you're not in the decision, you are in this like in-between energy that you don't move. You get like, it's almost like the energy gets so dense that you can't move. So very, very important. Confidence. So I'm going to repeat the gifts of Mars. Courage to finally act. Confidence to decide. Power to initiate, and focus, determination. This is why preparing is everything. And those that don't have a plan to prepare, I'm going to share something very special that we're going to do on the 22nd that is going to help you to prepare. This is a year that you need to be prepared. I love, who here knows Lace Brown? I love Lace Brown. And I remember that, one of the things that stick with me about him, he prepared. He had, like most would not even think about the possibility of getting where they got. And he got opportunities opened up for him because he stayed in his bedroom rehearsing for something, for an opportunity that would be like one in a lifetime and very hard to happen. But he was prepared, and when the opportunity showed up, who knows this story, he grabbed it. He grabbed it, and that's what changed everything for him. So be prepared. Be prepared. How long have you been saying that you wanted to be a speaker? How long have you been saying that you wanted to write a book? Start preparing now. Preparing means writing the thing. Being a speaker, start creating your speech before the opportunity show up. Get ready. Because when you're ready and life brings the synchronicity, you just grab onto that. So let's talk about Jupiter. Who loves some Jupiter? I love me some Jupiter. So Jupiter is the great expander. Jupiter is the large planet in our solar system, and where Jupiter goes, everything expands. So, 2026, Jupiter moves through two signs, Cancer, which is going to be between January and June. So that means emotional expansion with the energy of Cancer. When Jupiter is passing through Cancer, we're going to have emotional expansion, family healing, nurturing yourself, ancestor work. This is the time for it. Then Jupiter around July, between July and December, Jupiter is going to be on Leo, stepping onto your stage, your authentic self-expression, living your purpose. So it's going to be very, very, very powerful as long as you're prepared. If you don't get anything from this live today, get prepared, right? So now let's talk about the shadow of Jupiter too. If you're not organized now, if your life is chaotic now, hint, hint, Patricia, let's make sure that we're going to castrate my dog, because I have 4 female dogs on the hit and 1 boy that is like very, 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 very sad, crying all the time, like whimpering to the house, and like he screams, he hurts so much. So that is chaos right there. So hint, hint, before the year, it's time. It's time. We can't have 10 more puppies also. So anyways, so where in your life is chaos? I just shared mine. So where in your life is chaos? So handle it. Take care of it. Whatever you need to do to take care of it. If your life is chaotic right now, Jupiter is going to expand the chaos. If you are confused, Jupiter is going to expand the confusion. If you are scared, all scattered, Jupiter is going to expand the scattering. So this is the trap. People think, oh, expansion year. I cannot see it. Like when I see someone doing a reels about it's expansion year, I'm like, guys, be careful, because you're going to enter like that. It's like, yeah, you're going to be like, oh. So be aware, right? Not you, because you're now aware. It's going to expand. Yes. Do you want everything to expand? I'm sure there are certain parts of your life that you do not want to expand. You want to handle now before it's too late. The good gets bigger, the bad gets bigger. So whatever you're carrying is going to get bigger. Now, what is the light of Jupiter? If your life is organized, Jupiter expands the organization. If you are clear, Jupiter expands clarity. If you're aligned, Jupiter expands the alignment. So those are very, very good news. That's the biggest opportunity. Now, what is the formula between Mars and Jupiter? There's a formula, right? Because we're going to combine both. Both are going to be ruling together. So when you combine Mars and Jupiter, what do you get? You get the vision and the action, which equals manifestation. So this is awesome, right? But here's the key. Most people have vision without action. Where are my projectors, right? You have vision without the energy to take the inspired action, which is going to be equal to dreams that never manifest. And most people are doing action without the vision. That is what's going to equal busy cows going nowhere. So be very careful. 2026 is going to require both. And that is why this year will separate people in 2 groups. Those who rise naturally, because they have vision and action moving together in congruence. And those who drown themselves because they are scared, reactive, unprepared. And my question to you, my friend, is which group you wanted to be in, right? The giants are moving. Now, what I'm calling the giant, when we talk about the giants, we're going to go beyond Mars and Jupiter. There are 3 giants. They are giant planets changing signs. And this is huge because what's going to happen in 2026 do not happen often. From what I learned, Pluto in Aquarius haven't happened, and it's a 248-year cycle. This is what I learned. And the last time this happened, it was the French Revolution, American Revolution. So Pluto is the Lord of transformation. Brace yourself, guys. The king of death and rebirth. And in Aquarius, he is bringing liberation, revolution. Is the name again, right? The death of the old power structures. We know we are getting there. You see how everything is changing there. People, I actually don't use money anymore. Like in my life, day to day, in Brazil, we have this other system called Pix. I don't have money. Actually, that is like there is a truck that comes for cleaning, and every year they put a little envelope, and I don't have money to put it in there, so I gotta send him a message, please give me your Pix so I can transfer. Like, it's like crazy. We don't use money anymore, and it's going to, as you know, everything started to shift even more. AI, it's crazy how everything shifted 6 months to now. And the thing about it too, there is a lot of people talking about, I use AI, I think it's wonderful, but you need to know what you're doing. You need to have the clarity. You need to be connected to something greater, so you don't just, start being just like everybody else with AI, because everybody's using AI, right? It's like information, it's everywhere. And that is very dangerous, because do your research before you work with someone, because there is a lot of regurgitation, people talking about what they have no idea what they have no authority in be talking about those things. So be very careful. Now, somewhere in your life, something is ending in 2026, whether you like it or not. And here is the being is going to support you. Because sometimes, as I always say, sometimes there are the big change, the gift hidden in a villain in our life. Sometimes tough things happen, people do like messed up stuff, and we end up being very hurt about it. But if you look down the line, if you look through the eyes of the Akashic Records of the future, it would be the best gift they ever, being a person that did something bad to you, depending on how you be, how you respond, could be the biggest gift in your life. And most people don't understand that. They're like, but Patricia, that hurt me. Yes, but that is always an opportunity to strengthen, to heal the wound. We're gonna talk about that today. Now, the next, Uranus in Gemini. And that's usually like a 34-year cycle. Uranus is disruption, technology, sudden change. And again, we know that. We know how fast AI is moving, right? Today was someone speaking Portuguese here. So like, I thought the live was in Portuguese. Probably because now Instagram is translating what you say in all languages, right? So we have to adapt. I believe very soon YouTube can just translate when you do a live, and that will be great. But that creates other things that needs to be in place. So Uranus is disruption, technology, sudden change. Get connected in your technology, guys. You're gonna need to survive. So in Gemini, communication revolution, again, AI explosion, information overload. We are already there, but it's going to get back. It's going to get stronger, right? Who agrees with that right now? Um, so the way that we communicate, learn, and connect is about to transform. Then the third giant is Saturn and Neptune in Aries. This has been 170 years cycle, and this is the most important. Saturn's, it's brings structure, discipline, maturity. I love works with Saturn. When I bring the archetype of Saturn in our healing, it's very powerful. But you need to know how to handle that energy. Then Neptune brings that equals to like dreams, spirituality, intuition. And in Aries, it's new beginnings. So something new is being birthed in 2026. And all this, mess that may happen, it needs to disrupt so that the new can be birthed. And the thing is, it is not optional. You can't be like, oh, I'll check out of that. Yep, sorry. Nope, no. Everybody, all humanity is going to go through this, right? This is like universe is like demanding this fresh start for everyone. The wheel is turning. Now, I think actually opportunities. I missed some slides, guys. So the fast track is open. 2026. Things that normally would take years can happen in months. Why? Because Mars accelerates action and because Jupiter expand results. Because the giants are creating quantum leaps. If you are in the right flying, source frequency, it's going to be a walk in the park. But you need to be working on yourself. Very important with me or if anyone you want, but you work on yourself. This is the most important thing. So if you've been building something, preparing something, working on something, oh, hold on, I forgot. Let me just stop this because I forgot to turn off my phone was about to ring, but I caught it on time. So where were we? If you've been building something, preparing something, working on something, 2026 is your year to launch. The universe is here to support you. The energy is there. The momentum is there. So grab that momentum. Take advantage of it. So we've been there. Maybe we're here in the slides. So this is something that you're going to have to move, right? The second opportunity, so we talk about the first opportunity just now, right? The fast track is open. 2026, if you've been building something, this is your time to launch. Now, the second opportunity is emotional healing is also can be amplified with the energy of Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be in Cancer, especially between January and June, and that creates a portal for deep emotional healing. Family wounds, mother wounds, ancestral patterns, whatever you've been carrying that is not yours, 2026 will help you release it. To honor that, little behind the scenes, in January, we're going to have a powerful 2-day retreat for you to go deep into once for all, clearing all that is being pulling you back. So we're going to have a very powerful 2-day Akashic immersion with your inner child can make you rich. So it's like by working on that, we're going to open to receive. So hint, hint, it's going to come. We'll talk about it later. But this is whatever you've been carrying that is not yours, 2026 will help you release. But you have to be willing to feel, to go deep, to do the work. No bypassing, no spiritualizing real healing. And it's time to go deep. No shallow healing anymore, guys, please. Then the third opportunity, step onto your stage. That's like mid-year forward. Jupiter in Leo creates this spotlight on those who are ready. Again, get prepared. If you wanted to speak on stages, start creating your speech now. Practice every day. The opportunity will show up, but it'll be a lot easier, right, if you are prepared. So the third opportunity, step onto your stage. Jupiter in Leo is going to create this spotlight for those who are ready. Even visibility, guys, visibility. Start working on your visibility. Stay close because we're going to have a lot of healing and things happening on visibility in the beginning of the year too. If you've been hiding your gifts, dimming your light, playing small, 2026 will push you onto the stage. You can resist it and suffer. It's always a choice. Or you can embrace it and shine. I'm up for embracing and shining, and I hope you're ready to embrace and shine. So the world needs your unique light, and 2026 won't let you hide anymore. So let's work on your visibility, guys, because you're gonna need it. And then the fourth opportunity is this portal of liberation. Pluto in Aquarius is liberating us from old identities that don't fit anymore, toxic relationships that we've been clinging on to, limiting beliefs that we inherit, systems that don't serve us. But if you feel trapped, 2026 is your exit. Take that and go, right? If you've been willing to let go, to trust, to step into the unknown, freedom requires let go of false security. I'm going to repeat that. Freedom requires letting go of false security. I know of a lot of drama from my ancestors that could be resolved if the mother wasn't held on to false security. You think you need someone, you need to be in a marriage because otherwise you would not be able to eat or feed, but the universe always supports the step, the bridge always show up when you take that step. But you gotta get prepared and take the step, and there will be help, right? So freedom requires letting go of false security. And now let's look at let's see if I find the slide. I think I found the slide, the traps. So what are the traps? I promise you talk about the traps so you have awareness. Awareness can change everything. If you know that you're going to walk that down the road and there will be a hole in the floor, you can walk around, do what you need to do to, support yourself so you don't get there. So the first trap, we talked about that already. Impulsive action without clarity. Mars can make you act before you're clear. And the trap is starting things that you don't finish. Hello, manifesting generators that are here. Making decisions that you regret, burning bridges that you need. And how do you avoid it? Get clear, clarity, plan it. How much have we spoke about planning, right? Get clear before you move. Know where you're stepping. I'm not about, I'm not all about like you have to plan the whole road. Plan the next step. Take that freaking step. You're going to have a completely different perspective. And so I know, I get it. Sometimes we're afraid that we're doing the wrong move. Just take the move. If it doesn't work, just one move. You go back, you go sideways. That's always a way. Right? There's always a way. So get clear before you move, then move. Vision first, then action. Vision first and action. Be connected to where you want to get, but don't worry about not knowing all the little steps you're going to take. But by knowing where you want to get, you know what you need to do. This is why January is crucial. Set your vision now, so you enter January clear, ready. Then you're gonna deal with Mars energy, but at least you set your vision and you enter January. We do one step at a time, right? Trap number 2, expansion of chaos. Jupiter expands everything. So it's going to expand chaos if you don't get organized. And guys, if I love the concepts of feng shui, right? As I have that program, Feng Shui Your Money and all that, getting clear in your relationship with money, getting clear in things around you. So you have order. Very important. If your life is messy in December 2025, it will be 10 times messier by June 2025. Start doing something about it now. I'm not sugarcoating, guys. Now, how do you avoid? Clean up your life now, before December 31st. You know, there is one thing that, and this is actually going to be required for everyone that is going to participate in our vision immersion on the 22nd. I'm already going to share here. The required thing, I want you to go through your houses and you're going to clean your mirrors. Repeat the Ho'oponopono words. This is really, really powerful, because when you do that, you're clearing, you are releasing yourself from all the sabotage thoughts you had when you're looking at the mirror. And then in the vision immersion, we're going to connect with your identity, the one that goes, the one that's going to make everything happen for you in 2026, right? But before the retreat, I know there is a lot of you here. Before the retreat, start now. Go through your mirrors in your house, repeating the Ho'oponopono. And let me know in the group if you need more details. We can make a little, I can make a little video about it. Now, back here, the trap number 2, expansion of chaos, because Jupiter expands everything. So, organize not only your things, that is important too. Organize your mind so you can clear your vision. Who have here my healing session, clear the center of your head, go through that replay, clear the center of your head. Do that every day if you need to. Get clear. The mind. If the mind is cluttered, you can't see what is possible. You just have so many voices inside, right? So clear your vision. Emotional. Very important to heal your wounds. In the immersion, we're going to do a very powerful work with Chiron. There's a beautiful story. Maybe we do a live next week about the legend. But the environment, clear the environment, physical space, are things organized? I've been doing the daily radionic session, and today starts the Fortunian. Is going to be 21 days of radionic session. And sometimes, I would leave the table here with the crystals activated. The first thing I do, it's organize, putting my crystals away, my 5,000 crystals. So very, very important. Relationships. Organize your relationships. Get healthy boundaries. Where there is mess in your relationship, go cleaner. Whatever that is. Are you communicating with the other person? Are you feeling heard? Are you hearing? Start giving. What would you like to receive? And that is a game changer just on itself. Because it's very easy to sit. We all do that. I do that too, right? It's very easy for us to sit here and be like, are we doing what we want? Are we treating others in all relationships like we wanted to be treated? Start reflecting on that. Are we setting healthy boundaries? Set those healthy boundaries. If you don't start, nothing's going to change. Finances, guys, finances. Get clear your strategy. Look at how you're sabotaging from making more and keeping more of the money that you're making. If that is an area that you need to work on, you need to be there on the Fortunian that we start today in about an hour or so. You know where to find the link. So it's like $5 a day, guys. Don't sabotage yourself. Actually support yourself in having the best year, being prepared. If finances is an area that you need to clear, you need to get yourself in Fortunian. Do whatever you need to do, get in there. We start today. Now, because whatever you're carrying into 2026 gets bigger. So what are the areas of your life that need attention? Start paying attention on them right now. The trap number 3, resisting the death. Pluto is killing something in your life in 2026. This is I'm gonna call it way of being. My dog just hit my glass door. I'm gonna call this a way of being. I think maybe it's traces of personality. I don't know what it is, but the way that you respond to things. I like to look at everything that is present in my life and not take for granted. There is a saying that says, like, hold on loosely. And I strive to develop hold on loosely, because truly nothing is really ours. We're going to live without nothing. We're just going to live with the life that we live. The life that we live, how we be, is what we take. We don't take the money, we don't take the houses, we don't take the boats, we don't take the cars, we don't take anything. But that is especially for those of us that have that have influences of the archetype of security. This is something that we're going to look into Fortunian. But especially those of us that have the influence of the archetypes of security, you naturally hold on to things. You naturally is afraid of losing. But this is an area that you can develop. Hold on loosely. Trust that even if something gets taken away, something much better is available. And that's what this trap number 3 is talking about. Does that make sense for you guys? Let me know in the chat. Here is the trap: fighting the death, clinging to what needs to go, trying to save the corpse. How you avoid it? Surrender it. Let it die. Trust the rebirth. And I know this is really, really hard. If you need support, we have healing sessions going on all year long, every Monday. Get in touch. Ask for help. We have many different ways to support you, from healings to trainings to certifications to one-on-one support. Ask for help. How do you avoid this trap, the resisting the death? Surrender. Surrender. I know it's not easy, but the only way is through it. And what's ending is making space for new beginning. When I think about, when I think about when we crazy younger, 5-year younger version of myself and my husband, that we decide crazy to buy 2 houses in Brazil. And one of the houses got tied up in a justice system. The moment I surrendered, the moment actually I didn't, I surrendered a long time. The moment I convinced my husband to surrender, that was the other, everything opened up. Everything opened up. Surrender. That was the biggest wonderful lesson. And it took us some time to get there, to be ready to surrender. So I know it's not easy, but it's going to be important this coming year. And if you don't know how, ask for help. There is plenty of help with me or with many people out there. So the trap number 4, staying hidden when it's time to shine. Jupiter in Leo is putting a spotlight on you, whether you want it or not, and especially in the second half of the year. So the trap is to hide, to playing small, letting fear keep you invisible. How do you avoid? Start practicing visibility now. It's a muscle, guys. It's a muscle. Everything is a muscle. Intuition is a muscle. Confidence is a muscle. Visibility is a muscle. Build the muscle of being seen, taking up space. We're going to have a 2-day in 2026. We're going to have our 2-day visibility breakthrough. Keep an eye on it when it comes out. It's going to be very, very powerful. 2 full days with me working only on visibility. It's magical. Some of you been there, I think, that are here. Share how was it for you. But build the muscle, being seen, taking up space, sharing your voice, owning your power. You have a gift. And there are people that have an agreement to receive the gift. But if you keep hiding, those people may never get the healing, the transformation, and whatever it is that you do for them. So get out and share your gift. So important. So, so important, right? Because ready or not, July, it's coming. And July 2026 will put you on a spotlight, wanting or not. Now, how to prepare energetically? Preparation. 1, get clear on your vision. You cannot do whatever you need to do, but do not enter 2026 without clarity. Please do yourself a favor, right? Vision without action equals nothing. Action without vision, chaos. You need clear vision of what you want to create, how you want to feel, how you want to be, what you'll be willing to release. This is non-negotiable. And this is exactly what we're going to do in our immersion, the vision immersion that is going to happen on March 22nd. I'm very excited for it, and we have a beautiful group already super excited for it. Who here is in the March immersion? Say #me. Cannot wait for it. Guys, it's off the charts. I just finished yesterday preparing, and it's going to be so, so powerful. In this 5-hour immersion, we are going to get you clear, crystal clear. Metaphor crystal, of course. Preparation 2, which has to do, this is something that we are going to go very deep. Heal your Chiron wound. I'm going to share, I think I'm going to do a live on I wasn't planning, but it's this story is just so cool. The Chiron wound is the deepest pain that, let me see if I have a slide for that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the slides. Your Chiron wound is the deepest pain that becomes your greatest gift. But if it's unhindered, it's going to be, if it's unhealed, I'm going to repeat this. Your Chiron wound is the deepest pain that becomes your greatest gift. I do what I do. When I made the decision to dedicate my life to bring the Akashic Records, to bring more wisdom for the visionary, for those that wanted to learn to work with the Akashic Records, I made that decision because of my Chiron wound. And it's very interesting. In my map, I had to leave Brazil to heal my Chiron. And when, guys, be there in the live. I think the live is going to be next Monday at 11 a.m. Brazil time. So it's going to be 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I learned about the legend of Chiron, and I'm like, wow, it's so interesting how you can see yourself in that story. So stay tuned. We don't have time to go on to today, but it was because of my Chiron wound that, I got drawn to return to work with the Akashic Records. And the healing that I experienced was the moment that I understood that I would dedicate my life to share this knowledge of the Akashic Records and this healing and all this, right? So the Chiron wound is the deepest pain that becomes your greatest gift. The sensitivity that I had growing up, that was called, a curse, or, a problem, something to swallow that cry, or whatever it is, the things that I heard a lot, that what allows me to facilitate Akashic clearing and feel the energy of the whole group and know exactly what the group needs to clear. Those of you that participate know what I'm talking about. Is because of that sensitivity. It's because, I'm like, I can feel people's thoughts. I can feel I'm a feeling person, right? So, that was something that was like, no, you can't be like that when I grow up. But that was my greatest gift, and I had to heal my Chiron to understand that, right? So it's the very important that you prepare, no matter what you do, with me or again with me or someone else. Go work on your Chiron wound. It can become your greatest gift, but if it's unhealed, it's going to be power without healing equals self-destruction. You don't want to be there, because it can destroy you if you don't choose to heal it. In 2026, Mars will give you power. Jupiter will expand. But if you haven't healed that wound, that power will destroy you from within. For example, the woman who works herself to death because she needs to be seen. That's not how you need to work your visibility. The woman who sabotages success because she doesn't feel worthy. We're going to work on that on money archetypes. The best worlds is to join both the Fortunian and the 5-hour immersion. That's what I would suggest. And then when you do that, I'll share the link here. When you do both the Fortunian, you also get the rite of passage and the vision. You also get to participate in the healings for December. We have a few more. We have 2 more, I guess. So I will share the link. Let me actually see if I can share the link for those of you that are not there. I know a lot of you are there. Fortunian. It's also on my Instagram, but I'll paste the link here for you. Here we go. Now I lost my slides. Here we go. And then we have these over here. So you must heal that wound before you step into the power. Preparation number 3, guys. Define your 3 words. You can write that down right now so you can tune in. We're going to have a deeper visualization to get there. But right now you can just, if you're not for any reason participate, write it down. You need 3 words that to become your compass for 2026. 1 word for your body. How do you want to feel physically? So write down the question, how I want to feel physically throughout 2026. That is the word for your body, the way of being, right? Feeling energized, feeling, whatever that is. 1 word for your heart. How do you want to feel emotionally? And 1 word for your life. How do you want to feel in your daily life experience? I love that in my day-to-day, I feel peace. Even though I do a lot of things, I like to do a lot of things, but I feel peace. This is my, I would say my state. 85% of the time, because there is always, the crazy that can happen. Someone cuts you in the traffic, whatever. So my normal is peace. But I started tuning into how to be to feel peace before I felt the peace that I feel today. So there is something about when you choose that word, and that's, when you anchor that, you start becoming that. So find those three words: the body, the heart, and the life. And every decision you make in 2026 should align with these three words, right? So you tune in, something show up, someone invited you to, I don't know, to do a trip, whatever, right? So tune in. Does that opportunity helps me feel one, one, two, three, word one, word two, word three? Yes, do it. No, don't do it. It's that simple. Preparation number 4. We are close, guys. Preparation number 4. Identify your first domino. The first domino is the one action that unlocks all the rest. Like I say, take one step, your perspective is different. It's going to start opening other areas, other opportunities. This is not the biggest action. It is not the hardest action. It's the action that creates momentum. That's it, right? So whatever that is, hiring the mentor, starting a morning practice, having difficult conversations, making the investments, setting the boundaries, launching the offer, whatever that is. So what is right now your first domino? Pay attention on that. And again, when we work together, sometimes you don't get the answer right away, but you go to sleep and wake up, that is the answer. That's how we work here. So what is your first domino? Just write it down. What is going to be my first domino? You need to know it, and you need to knock it down in January 2026. Preparation number 5. Create energetic hygiene. 2026 will be intense. You need practice that keep you grounded so Mars doesn't scatter you. You need practice that keeps you clear so Jupiter expands the right things. You need practice that keep you centered so the giants don't overwhelm you. In 2026, I am offering 2 healing sessions for groups a week. We have the club, which is Mondays. We have a Akashic clearing session every Monday, 4 Mondays a month, actually. So it's 48 healing sessions in 2026. And we also have another opportunity to do 48 healing remote sessions. You don't even have to show up live and you receive the healing, just like the Fortunian is going to be. So opportunities for those 3 things we have. Reach out. I'll be happy to talk to you to find out from the 5,000 opportunities we have here in the Institute, which one is the most aligned for you, right? For daily practice, tune into a practice that can support you. For me, it's infusion. Infusion is like 5 minutes. I have it for free on YouTube. Just look for intuition 7 minutes a day or something like that. There is a video, and then you click in the link below and you get the MP3. I love to do journaling. The thing that I do, I don't start my day without doing this. I write 5 things I'm grateful for, present, and 5 things I'm manifesting that I'm grateful for. So I'm tuning into the things I desire and write them in the present time. Movement, move your body, whatever it is. Walk, yoga, dance. I love dancing. So connect to nature. Those are the things that I do, right? Energy clearing and setting boundaries. Very, very important. You cannot navigate 2026 on autopilot. You cannot, guys. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to show up like in China or something. When you want to go to Hawaii, you're going to show up in China. You need to be conscious. You need to be present. You need to be intentional. So what I am doing, and I would suggest that you do too, I'm getting brutally clear in my vision. I am so looking forward for our vision immersion on the 22nd, because I also get very, very clear when we join together. I it's just so much fun. So I'm not entering 2026 with vague, I want to grow my business. No, I know exactly what I want to make. I know exactly who I want to work with, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. And those of you in the All Access 2026 also will know. So I know what I'm creating, I know how I want to feel, I know who I'm becoming, and I know what I'm releasing. I'm healing what still needs healing, because I believe that is, the layers come, right? So I'm looking at my Chiron wound, my shadow, the places I still self sabotage myself, because I don't want to step in 2026 power with unleashed wounds. I am simplifying everything. I actually started simplifying a while from now, but I'm continue simplifying everything. I'm cutting what doesn't serve. I'm saying no to opportunities that don't align, and I'm protecting my energy fiercely. And so should you, because Jupiter expands everything, and I only want to expand what matters, of course. I'm building my Mars energy. I'm practicing making decision faster. I'm taking action before I'm ready. I'm being more direct in my communication, and I'm setting stronger boundaries, because 2026 requires a different version of me. I'm prepared to be more visible, because Jupiter in Leo is the second half of 2026 and is going to spotlight whether I like it or not. So I'm preparing now. I'm building the muscle of being seen, the next level for me. I love being seen, but there is always the next level, right? Taking up space. I like taking up space, but there is always the next level. Owning my voice. I own my voice, but there is always the next level. And I'm sharing my truth. I always do, but there is always the next level. I'm investing in support. I'm not doing 2026 alone. I have two coaches for two different areas that I'm working with. So I have my healing guides, I have my Akashic guides, I have my community, because navigating a year this powerful requires support. So again, ask for support, either from me or from whoever you want to ask support from. I don't care who, but get support. Don't do this alone. The waves are tight. So what I invite you to do, if you'd like to know my 2 cents, get clear. You need a vision, no vague, get clear. If you need help, we start the vision immersion on March 22nd. Heal your wound. This is also going to happen in the March 22nd. Whether Chiron, what Chiron wound are you carrying? Watch it, pay attention to it so you can release it, or so you can allow that to become power. It's not about forgetting, it's about letting it to become power before 2026, please. Step number 3, simplify. Cut what doesn't serve, say no to whatever doesn't align, protect your energy. Step 4, identify your first domino piece. What's the one action that unlocks everything? Know it, plan to do it. Build energetic practice, daily practice that keep you grounded, clear, and centered. Those are all things that I teach, and let me know if you need support. Get support. Again, that was the last one. Get support. Don't navigate 2026 alone. Get a mentor, join a community, invest in yourself. I don't know, but I probably, I actually, I think I don't want to count. I don't know how much I invested on myself through other coaches, through other mentoring programs, through, um, but one thing, I joined many mentoring programs, and in a few of them, People used to say that I was the golden goose, because the coaches love to say like, oh look, Patricia, because the truth is, when you go through a coaching program, the way that I see it, 80% is you. If you join a coaching program and you don't watch the training and you don't take inspired action, you're not going to move as fast as other will. But I always, for me, I have this thing that it actually, when I invest in a training with someone, it awakens something in me that I want this ROI fast. And I literally, I joined this new one of these mentorings that I joined. I joined now in October, and within 30 days that I joined her program, it awakened something, and I 20x my previous month, 20x. So there is something about what I'm sharing here is like what I observe by participating in other people's coaching programs, is that most of these coaching programs don't teach what we teach in the all ear access, and everything that I do is the energetic aspect behind. Because a coach tells you, like, now you go and do the discovery call. And if your energy is not built up for that, you can do 5,000 discovery calls and you're not going to get any results. And that's what I observe. And that's why everything that I do, we have the energetics behind. We have Akasha clearings. We have everything behind, so that doesn't happen. So then we go around the self-sabotage. So this is it's all about energetic, guys. It's all about energetics. So I'm going to take 1 minute to share what's happening for those of you that are new here and don't know what you're talking about, Patricia. So there is 3 powerful things for happening in December. So this wheel is turning fast, rather or not. 2026 is coming. And when it arrives, it will separate people in 2 groups. Those who rise because they are prepared, they got clear, they are healed, they are aligned. And when I say healed, I know that that is always the next layer. But the more we clear, the more strong we become. So there are those who rise and there are those who drown because they ignored the signs. They were not in this life with us. They stayed scattered and entered the year unconscious. So my question for you is, which group you're going to be in? That is not up to the stars. All this information about the stars help us be aware, but at the end of the day, we are the ones who are creating our life. And it's up to you. So I've given you a lot of information today. We got this Cosmos blueprint about the new year, about the opportunities, about the traps, the preparation steps. Now the question is, what are going to do with it? And if you want help, there are 2 opportunities coming up. The Fortunian starts today in 30 minutes. We have a live session happening, a live healing session happening in 30 minutes for the Fortunian. So if you want, this is the time. I put the link down below. I can put it again for you. And what the Fortunian is, it's for those of you that when I was talking about the areas, if your money area is messed up, you need to get yourself into Fortunian. It's $5 a day, guys. It's going to change your whole life. The Fortunian, let me actually get you the board. This is the Fortunian board, and I've been doing daily the importance of planning. I've been doing daily healing sessions since June, I think, of this year. Daily, guys, daily. Or I took Sundays off, but pretty much daily. And because I knew I was meant to channel this board that is now in my hands. Who is excited? Some of you have been in all the healings all this time, right? And so what is different? So the reason that I channel is because I bought it, I think, at least 20 different boards, because they did not had all I needed in one board. And that's what I have here. Fortuna brings all that I need in one board. I can work I do a specifically healing. This is not a human design consultation, but I know the energies that get trapped in those nine, human design centers, and my healing guides can help you clear that. So this is a very unique, nobody does, way of working with the particular centers, with the particular energies. Here we have the money guides. And so the energy behind this board, it's actually the money guide. So the Fortunian, as the name says, it's a board that is going to support you in money and success. So money and success, both together. And success can mean different things for many different things, but of course it has to do with your business, your work, so the money and your service. And the money guides work with the shadow of the money archetypes. So what it does is find what are the things that you're doing that is unconsciously sabotaging your relationship with money. Now, there are many different ways you can be doing that. Maybe you're making a lot of money, but you're spending a lot of money. Maybe you're not making enough money. We would go deep into the money archetypes to find out what is the trigger for your own sabotage. And the beauty of it is that the healing guides, every day a different healing guide will come and is going to address that particular shadow and bring healing. And then we have the planetary activators, that we have there is portals of the Akashic realm. There is a lot in this board. And so we're gonna be doing this starting today, and then 21 days. Today's live, the next 20 days are remote healing sessions. So, which is wonderful because you don't have to take time from your busy day. So when you get to this link, you can choose to only do the Fortunian, or the other option, which is the Fortunian plus the 5-hour immersion plus the rite of passage. And I think that is 297, and you can divide in 5 installments, or I don't know, 4 or 5, and I don't know exactly. But just so there is no excuses, guys. Is going to support you and is going to help you get clear and plan for the new year. So what's going to happen in this 5-hour immersion? So this is a deep dive immersion called 2026 Multidimensional Reset, Clarity, Empowerment, and Spiritual Alignment. In this immersion, we're going to go deep into, and we're not going to talk about that is healing, that is deeper conversations, but that is also healing within. You're going to understand your Chiron wound and how to transform it. You're going to have the complete 2026 cosmic blueprint. You're going to define your vision with crystal clarity. You're going to not only know your 3 words, but you're actually going to feel it. I'm going to take you to a journey where you can actually let your soul guide you in what are the 3 words that are going to support you leap forward in this year. There are the 6 portal of strategic planning. We're actually going to sit down and we're going to go into the strategic part too. We're going to tune into what is your first domino action and so much more. So there is going to be healing and planning and visioning, like all together. But basically, this immersion is going to get ready for 2026, not just mentally, but also energetically. Again, I bring this aspect of energetically that nobody does. So if you want access, the link's right here. You go through, you're going to get Fortunian and the immersion. right? And this is something that I'm doing special for the next few days. This whole thing, it's $888 if you don't get it through this live. So right now you can get in for $297 or divide in, I think, 5 installments. You got to see on the page what it says there. If you need any help, if you have any questions, let me know. And remember, as above, so below. We mirror what happens there in the universe, what happens there in the Akasha, and what happens here in this three-dimensional. As above, so below. What's happening in this upcoming year in the cosmos is creating this field here on Earth, right? And let me, how do I stop this? I don't know how to stop this slides. But anyways, so what's happening there, it's happening here, right? If you understand, everything is connected, as above, so below. And that field that is happening 2026, it's powerful, it's intense, it's transformative, but only if you understand the movement. Only if you prepare, only if you align, the wheel of fortune is turning. My question is, will we rise with it or you'll be crushed under it? Choice is yours. So thank you for being here. That's what I had to share. I'm going to see the comments. I'm going to make it very big so I can see. Oh, we have such a beautiful live. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Oh, I love that, Agnes. So happy you're here too. Yes, we have the fire horse here. Absolutely. Carrie, Sun, Venus, Neptune, Scorpio. Wow. Ooh, it's going to be a potential best year ever. I love it. And I love that you are in the all access pass for 2026. So we're going to be together. I cannot wait to see you rising. That is going to be so cool. But Saturn in Aries. Yes, yes, yes. Hello. I forgot your name. Spikun. I forgot your name. I asked last time, but I see this YouTube. Very cool, very cool. Clear up now, Andrea. So glad that you are also in the Fortunian and the immersion. So excited that we're going to work together. Carrie doing a springy clear. Very good. Yes, yes. Makes sense. I'm reading the comments. Yes, Agnes mentioned, I have issues with abandonment, so resisting the death is always doozy for me, especially when I try to ignore it. So you're going to love it, Agnes, when we do the immersion. We're gonna work on that. It's gonna be very powerful and throughout 2026. Let's be visible. Yes. Very cool. Andrea is also manifesting generator. Yep, yep. Yes, correct, Agnes. I'm gonna bring. It's gonna be very powerful. We're gonna talk about that in our life. It's gonna be so cool. It's fascinating, that story. It's fascinating. Yes, no taking for granted. I love how many comments we have here, guys. That's so cool. As a manifestation generator, it's very good that you comment because I get to respond. But I just need to see. I'm seeing now. Oh, I love that. Agnes said, I always sit in the front of the class so that I don't miss a thing. I love it. I love it. It's good for you guys to be here in the live. I love that. Yes. 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 Exactly. Very happy you're here. Very good, Agnes. All right, my love. So, is there any question? If not, we are going to close here. And those of you that are in the Money Guides healing session that we're going to do right now in 30 minutes, I will see you there. We're going to meet in the Zoom. You look in the Telegram group that the link is going to be there. Mwah. See you soon, guys. Bye.